Hello, good evening. I'm not sure about you, but I've had a couple hard days in this lockdown period where I just didn't know what to do with myself. And when that happens, of course my family, my friends help me through it, but I also have a thought about my friend Alexander, who once had a very bad day. And just like Alexander, I learn that some days are just like that. Would you like to hear the story about Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? All right, because you asked so nicely. This is the story of Alexander. And Alexander, like you and I, has a brother. I think he has two brothers, actually. This is a story that my parents used to read to me when I was little. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth. And now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on my skateboard, and by mistake I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. And Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But all I found in my breakfast cereal box was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat near the window, and Audrey and Elliot got seats near the window too, but I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. And I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be sick, but nobody even answered. And I could tell that it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Sounds bad. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. And at singing time, she said I sang too loud. And at counting time, she said I left out 16, but who even needs 16? I could tell it was a horrible, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul, and I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone that the ice cream part falls off and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on it. But guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Looking like a bad day, isn't it? Yeah. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm moving to Australia. And on the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall into a puddle. And it was muddy, and I started crying because of the mud. And Nick said I was a crybaby. And when I was punching Nick for saying I was a crybaby, my mom came back with the car, and she scolded me for being muddy and for fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And I told everybody, and nobody even answered. Oh. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers, and Anthony chose the white ones with the blue stripes, and Nick chose the red ones with the white stripes, and I chose the blue ones with the red stripes, but the man said, sorry, we're all sold out. And they made me buy plain white ones, but they can't make me wear them. And then we picked up my dad at his office, and he said I could not play with the copying machine, but I forgot. And he also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was very careful except for my elbow. And he said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad says please don't pick him up anymore from the office. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate limas. And there was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. And my bath was too hot, and I got soap in my eyes, and my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas, and I hate my railroad train pajamas. And when I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow that he said I could keep, and my Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat even wants to sleep with Anthony and not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says that some days are like that. Even in Australia. Well, girls and boys, now you know that me and Alexander sometimes have terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. But of course, some days are just like that. And usually when you wake up in the morning, you feel a bit better. I hope you have a great day and not a day like Alexander did. Okay, bye-bye.